I can only tell you that we all need to get better on this. It's always good to get after the quarterback or get after a specific area. It's not one thing right now. There's a handful or two handfuls of things that we've got to get straight, and that's coaching and that's playing. I thought one of the positives, Pete, was on the plane. All the guys have these iPads now. So on the plane, they all had the game on. They were all looking at the game in the back of the plane. And it wasn't, the loud music or whatever you can perceive to be that goes on in the back of the plane. This was focused on trying to get better and looking at it, curious to see, what went wrong. And so I can handle that. That normally tells you got a pretty strong locker room. And we need that right now.
Andy Reid talking about the struggles of the Kansas City Chiefs. They do need a strong locker room. They need amnesia. They need to forget about 2018, 2019, and 2020 because I feel like there's a certain element of frustration that has to creep into the current struggles when they know how good they were in the not-too-distant past. And I feel like they're groping for that moment that's going to spin it all back to the way it used to be. The sooner they forget about the way it used to be and focus on the way that it is, the better off they're going to be. Do you agree?
Well, yeah, I do agree with that 100%. Yes. I mean, hey, listen, they're struggling a little bit right now. We know that. The defense is not going to get a lot better. It's not. So, that I don't expect it to be fixed. It's just can they just, put some Band-Aids on it and make it somewhat respectable or make a play every now and then? To me, it's about the offense. That's where the team was built. That's where all the assets are. You got a left side of the offensive line that's as expensive as any left side in football. A second-round pick playing center. You got all the money you're paying Tyreek Hill, all the money you're paying Kelsey, all the money you're paying Mahomes. It's on the offense to be better. And, Mike, this is the crazy thing to me. I mean, this is the crazy thing is – it is the worst game. I can't even believe I'm saying this because he's still awesome. It is the worst game I've ever seen Patrick Mahomes play in his career. There's no doubt about that. Like even on this play here, I wish we could rewind it from the start a little bit. But there is, even there, running right out of the pocket. Patrick Mahomes, we've talked about this a little earlier in the year, is not staying true to the position. Here's the first play. I would love to go back to the start again. I want you to show Tyreek Hill. He's in the slot up the top, right? Can you see him, Mike, there? He's right on the –
yes.
Right? He's man-to-man going down the left sideline on Elijah Molden. I mean, he's open. He's open. I'm going to just tell you, he's even – Mahomes never even looks. He's looking at the rush and doesn't even give it a chance. He's got him. I mean, in fact, you could see Demarcus Robinson on the sidelines at number 11 on the 32-yard line waving his hands because he's going, I can't believe he didn't throw it. And then also has a crosser open. But he's looked at the rush. He's really playing bad from the pocket. He's not staying true to reads. And there's a handful of plays, Mike, throughout the game where I want to go, why are you floating backwards 10 yards behind where the ball snapped? Nobody can protect that. Nobody. Again, that doesn't even make a pass rush have to turn the edge. They can just run on a straight line and go, wait, he's going to be 10 yards behind the ball. He's really lost his way within the pocket. He's looking at the rush a little bit, and he's missing people and opportunities downfield. That's hurting the team and putting them in bad positions. And there was a handful of plays like that. On every drive, really the number one culprit of the issue I came away from in the first half at least was Mahomes. And I listen, I love Mahomes. Nobody stood on the table more when he was coming out. He's the man. He's my guy. But damn, he's not playing his best football right now, and that game was by far the worst I've ever seen him play.
So what caused it, and how do you coach it out of it?
Right. That's a good question. And that to me, I've thought about this a lot. I think what caused it a little bit is last year. The last 8-10 games of the year, he was under pressure more than any quarterback in football. And he was a magic man, and they still made it work. But people need to go back and watch the Dolphins game last year. Go back and watch the Saints game at the end of the year. Of course, the playoff games and some of them. He was running for his life. And I think it got him into some bad habits where he just got used to like, wait, I got to get the ball. I'm going to have to float around and make something happen. And now things are a little bit better, but he's still kind of caught in that, wait, I need to float around and make something happen. And I want to go, no, you need to watch some Dan Marino, Tom Brady film right now and get back to manipulating the pocket, because a lot of these bad plays, you have places to go or throw the ball, and you're causing the issue. You're running into problems. You know, again, even that play with the interception, like, there was no reason to leave there. Where were you going? There was no reason to leave. You know, and that to me was the thing that just continued to pop up. I wrote down the plays. I can continue to sit here and rattle them off, Mike. I mean, I really can, to where, yeah, reads are being missed, plays are being missed. He's keeping them out of situations where you go, if you throw to the guy open, it's 2nd and 2, but for some reason you danced around and moved, and it's now still 2nd and 10 or 11 because of that. And it's doesn't make me feel proud to say it, but yeah, he's even the magic man, Patrick Mahomes, goes through some tough times.
This dovetails with something that I've been thinking about, which goes back to a comment that you made in the preseason when you were watching how he moved in the early exhibition games.
Right.
I can't help but wonder whether or not, because when we saw him in the past, one of the things that was so appealing about the Patrick Mahomes experience of 2018, 2019, 2020 was that he had that hair on fire quality, and he was always kind of dancing on the edge, operating on the tightrope, and just, you know, I said yesterday, it was kind of like the Indiana Jones reach back and grab your hat as the stone door is coming down, that extra element of drama. He made it look hard. He made it exciting. How much of that toe surgery took away that little edge? It makes it that he just doesn't have that. It's that just little nanosecond. So he feels like he has to start earlier. This is where it dovetails with what you're saying.
Yeah.
He knows he's lost his edge when it comes to running laterally and vertically, and he knows they're going to get him now. Everyone else is getting a little faster. It was what Lawrence Taylor realized late in his career when he knew it was time to walk away. Hey, coach, all these other guys seem faster. No, Lawrence, you just got slower.
Right.
Maybe that, you know, he had that surgery 3 days after the Super Bowl. He played on that thing. They're not going to come out and say how bad it was. Maybe he's lost just that little bit that gave him an advantage, and so he's bailing out of the pocket faster to try to create the advantage that way.
Yeah, I know. I think there's something to it. You know, I do. I don't think you're wrong there. You know, again, I think we got to get back. Like, just trust the pocket a little bit. You know, all the qualities you were talking about when the hair was on fire and all those things. You know, he still played the position true to form, and then when he had to, the hair was on fire. Right now, he's going right to the hair is on fire. And maybe it is that. Listen, here's another thing that you can that dovetails off of what you're saying. I mean, how many times this year have we seen him, he thinks he's getting out of trouble, and he gets clipped on the feet as he's throwing and doesn't get the throw off the way he wants? It almost happens in every game now. It almost never happened before. Never. So, and Mike, I've had people reach out to me a little bit with the toe thing to say I might be onto something. That they know
you might be on something too.
Well, I'm on something. We know that, but I might be like they know people within the know, and I'm not saying I know directly from sources here. I kind of know two moves down the chessboard a little bit, but that I'm not crazy in my thoughts, and I said this on my podcast last week. But either way, it's not clean right now. He's leaving some plays on the field, and he's abandoning the pocket way too quickly. And it's throwing them out of rhythm, and they can't afford that right now because they have to carry the team. The offense is going to have to do it. And that's when they were at their best, when they would come out and zing, 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 zoom, zing. We're up 14-0. You have to throw the ball now, and now our defense isn't that good, but they know you have to throw the ball, and they put you in a tough spot.
Yeah, I just thought of this. Remember that last time they played the Titans and he had that touchdown run where everyone was kind of mesmerized and paralyzed while he zigged and zagged his way through the defense? They've lost that. Defenses don't do that anymore. They are far more aggressive, and I think they've figured out how to defend him, and they've also bridged that physical gap. If it was the toe or something else, he really was making magic with hardly a millimeter to spare, and that millimeter's gone now. and the question is when and how and if it ever comes back. That's a fair question. Whether it's this year, next year, the year after, this is when he should be smack dab in the middle of his prime. Look, I don't want to overreact, but this is a different guy than what we're used to seeing, and it's going to be very compelling to see where it goes from here.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.